you that I'm not doing okay, but I'm dying to hear you say, just take a breath, love, fill your lungs up, rest your head, there's no sense in losing sleep. You can break down, let your watch out, lose your temper, but you're not losing me. You're not losing me. You could be so happy, then it suddenly turns. No one can explain it, and you don't have the words. I can see you trying, I can see that it hurts. I can see you trying, I can see that it hurts. Just take a breath, love, fill your lungs up, rest your head, there's no sense in losing sleep. You can break down, let your words out, lose your temper, but you're not losing me. Like a breath that you can fall in when you I'm the air that's running through a window open. Take a breath, love, fill your lungs up, rest your head, 'cause
All right, guys, we're going to get started in child's pose whenever you're ready. As usual, if you want to start somewhere else, feel free to change it up. Wherever you go, you're just finding an opportunity to settle in. Maybe closing your eyes. And I love child's pose because it brings in that sense of surrender. It's like by default a representation of just letting go, surrendering to what is. Getting our diaphragmatic breath moving. So low belly is moving when you breathe, in and out through the nose. I try to keep it super simple. So you want to have movement in the low belly rather than the head, neck, shoulder area. And then in and out through the nose, your smaller airway just slows everything down. Take a few deep breaths here. Got a little bit more time here to set a personal goal or intention for your practice. If there's something you showed up that you'd like to assign some meaning to this moment, you can do that now. And if you don't have an intention, I typically like to offer one. This week's intention is to embrace the unbecoming. So what if there's nothing new you need to become? No higher self ahead, no final version worth arriving at? What if the path is actually a quiet undoing, a sacred dismantling of every story, armor, and borrowed name you've carried as truth? Yoga isn't really ever the act of adding anything. It's all about the courage to subtract, to let anxiety fall from the body, grief move through, to let the noise burn into silence. It's about who you become when you lose those things. When all that was never yours falls away, what remains is not new, but it's an ancient, steady, and unmistakable version of yourself that exists already right now. Okay, you got 2 more breaths here, knowing you can always come back to child's pose anytime you need to. And then we'll find a tabletop position. You can stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Let's cycle through a few cat and cows. On your inhale, look up and take a little back bend. On your exhale, look down and in, tuck your tail, bring your chin to your chest. Beautiful. Inhale, look up, spread the chest, shoulder blades draw together. And then exhale, tuck the tail, chin to chest, round and curl. Let's do 2 more rounds like that. Inhale and look up. Exhale, chin to chest, push the floor away from you. Good. 1 more round. Inhale. And exhale. Find a neutral spine. Spread your fingers wide and step back to your first downward facing dog. So we're still warming up here, so you can be really slow to work the legs a little bit straighter. Maybe they never get straight. You feel like you're pushing more through your fingers rather than sinking through the heels of the hands. You can move around a little bit here if you'd like. Bend and straighten the knees, melt the heels side to side. Let's walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on your inhalation. Exhale and fold. Take the feet hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, and hang out here. So you want to bend the knees enough so the lower belly is comfortably touching the upper thighs. And then from there you can work the legs straighter, but you do want to keep the belly on the thighs. It's just going to tell you that your spine is straight. Really easy way to just check in with that. Maybe you want to sway from side to side, tip the weight forward and back.
I've been drinking more alcohol for the past 5 days. Did you check on me? Now did you look for me? I walked in the room, eyes are red.
Can release your hands down to the ground. On your inhale, reverse swan dive and reach all the way up, extended mountain. On the exhale, right hand either to your hip or down by your side. We'll side stretch to the right. Stay heavy through your left foot. Left shoulder tugs down as the left arm continues to reach. Use your core, keep the arms as they are as you come back up. And then left hand will go forward, right arm will go back for a twist. So I like this twist a lot because it really encourages the stability in the hips. The left hip automatically starts to try to slide forward. You want to actively pull your left hip back and then your left shoulder forward. And then twist will stay the same. Begin to bend into your left knee. If the feet aren't hip distance, you'll want to make them hip distance now. And the left hand goes down, right arm goes up for revolved forward fold. Once you're there, if you want to rest your right hand on your low back, or take your right hand to the inner left thigh for a half bind or a full bind. One more breath in where you are. And then we'll just center forward fold on your exhale. Bring your feet together. Cross your right leg on top, left knee behind for a cross-legged forward fold. Make sure you have the right knee on top just for the next transition. And then push down through the big toes. Try to avoid the weight shifting to the pinky toe and get heavier through the big toe side. We'll keep the right foot glued to the ground where it is. Slide your left foot out and bring the knee all the way to the ground. So big step back. We're just transitioning through this low runners to a half split. So shift your hips back. We'll shift forward back through your low lunge and we'll set up for crooked monkey. So you might want to take your hands to the inside of the right foot first. Whatever you are used to doing, you can go with that. Roll to the blade of your right foot, knee melts off to the side. You have a few options with the arms. I love hand to thigh to kind of just push the knee open and twist. You can also grab for your back thigh, or you can reach the arms up. The arm up, just the right one, not both. If your right arm was lifted, you can bring it back down to the ground. So we'll reach the right leg behind you for three-legged table. We'll finish off with a half moon to the right. So open up to the right side, right foot stamps on the back wall. An option here to go for a quad stretch, right heel to your bum. Keep the core strong when you do so. Light through that left wrist and strong through the entirety of the arm and the hand. Release your bind, get long, tabletop, and downward facing dog. Two more breaths here. Take a look forward. Walk, jump, or float when you're ready. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale and fold. So this forward fold is a yogi's choice. You can take a shoulder bind. You can take Padahastasana. You can grab opposite elbows behind the calves maybe this time. Maybe you want to cup the heels. Every stranger I pretend they are you. They never hold me, never touch. we'll take a reverse swan dive all the way up to stand on your inhale. We're side stretching to the left on the exhale, so left hand can go to your hip or down by your side. Right foot is really heavy, and your feet hip distance is the best way to go about it, just because your stance will be a little wider and you'll have more of like a opportunity to balance. Keep the arms like this as you come back up. Now right arm will reach forward, left arm goes back for your twist. So this time it's the right hip that will really just kind of sludge forward. Keep it tugging back, and then your right shoulder still tugs forward though. So you're feeling those opposite directions from the lower body to the upper body. Keep the twist like this. Bend into your right knee, right hand down, left arm up for your twist. Good. And then once you're there, if you want to change up that top arm, you can bring your hand to your low back, half bind, full bind. One more breath in as you are. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your feet together. This time left knee on top of right. So right knee is behind. Keep your left foot where it is. Take a step back with your right foot and drop your right knee right to the ground, moving right into half splits. Shift the hips back, keep the belly touching the thigh. Heart lengthens forward. For crooked monkey, you can shift forward, any stance with the foot and the left arm. Try to match what you did on the other side. Left hand comes down if it was lifted, and then left leg reaches behind you. Open up to the left side for half moon. Option for that quad stretch if you want to bring your heel to your bum. Release your bind, get long. Tabletop. On your next exhalation, take plank, squeeze your core, step both feet back, push the floor away from you to really activate the whole arm. Feel like you're almost trying to hover the base of the palm because the fingers are so strong. Shoulders draw back and away from the ears. And then elbow creases wrap forward. Less chest, less shoulders, more core. Stay here and breathe in. Stay here and breathe out. One more inhalation like this. And then exhale, we'll take tabletop position, setting up for our first vinyasa. So keeping our shoulders away from the ears, and then think about pushing the floor away from you as you go forward. So together we'll inhale, shift forward. I like to start with the arms straight just to sort of get set up. Push the floor away from you and the shoulders back. And then as you start to lower, think about going more forward instead of down. Doesn't have to be more than like 75% of the way. You don't have to go all the way. And then upward dog from there. We'll hold your upward facing here. Legs just hip distance apart here. Tailbone scoops under so your sternum can lift a little bit higher. Breathe in. Stay here and exhale. One more inhalation like this. And downward facing dog on your exhale. We'll do one flow like that, and then we'll do some sun A's. So stay here, breathe in. We'll break it up a little bit. Exhale to table or plank. Use your inhale to sort of set it up, shift forward, and the shoulders draw back, and then exhale is chaturanga. So we never go more than halfway, but doesn't have to be halfway. Upward facing dog on your breath in. Downward facing dog on your exhale. The halfway point is the hardest point, so that's why we want to stop there. When you go more, you tend to sort of just collapse into the shoulders. So you want to stop at that halfway point, but you don't have to go the full halfway. All right, let's do some sun A's. Every vinyasa, as always, is optional. Take a look forward, walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise and reach up, stand tall. Exhale, hands through heart center and to your sides with your palms forward. Inhale again to reach up and exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Vinyasa or down dog or anything else that serves you. You can also just hold plank. You can add something, you can subtract something. Let's move again. Take a look forward. Walk, jump, or float. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhale and rise. Exhale, hands through heart center and to your sides with your palms forward, open to receive. Inhale to reach. And exhale to fold. Halfway lift and inhale. Vinyasa or down dog. Nice. Take a look forward. Make your way to the top when you can. When you get there, halfway lift and inhale. Fold and exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands through your heart and to your sides. Inhale to reach. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift. Vinyasa or down dog. We'll do 2 more traditional sun A's. Take a look forward, make your way to the top. Inhale to lift halfway, exhale and fold. Inhale to rise, second to last time. Exhale, hands through heart center to your sides. Inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, your exit. Two breaths here. Last sun A. Make your way to the top when you can. Good. Half lift, breathe in, nice floats, guys. Exhale and fold. Inhale and stand tall. Exhale, hands through heart to your sides. Inhale, reach and sweep, your final sun A. Exhale, fold, clear it out, let something go on the way down. Halfway lift, your exit, vinyasa, down dog, hold plank. All right, we'll move on to our sun salutation V sequence today. So we'll build it out slower and then move through it a little bit quicker. So we'll start this sequence with the 3-legged dog. Right leg will reach up high. So this 3-legged dog will be a yogi's choice. You can bend the knee, stack the hip. You can flip your dog. You can keep the hip squared. You can drop your left elbow to the ground. Good. So right knee is going to go wide. Right knee to the outside of the right arm for a wide core plank and hold. Good. So right leg still lifted. Good. Just to the outside of the right arm. And then on your inhale, three-legged dog with a squared hip, just one breath in. Then exhale, knee to nose and hold. So center core plank and hold here. Less lift from the leg, more lift from the core. Good. Without swinging, step your right foot really lightly between the hands. Drop your back knee, and we'll go Anjaneyasana B. Reach the arms up, shoulders drop down. Right hip tugs back, and then left hip tugs forward. And then you can let both hips sort of sink from there, but you do want to square the pelvis first. Let's tuck your back toes under and take a breath in. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart and hover your back knee. Keep your left heel pushing forward, so resist that urge to let the ankle slide back. Just keep low through the hips, and we'll find traditional crescent. So reach the arms up, left leg extends. Doesn't have to be fully straight, it's just straighter than the hover now. We'll kind of do this next transition in 2 steps, even though it'll be 1 breath. So stay here on your inhale. On your exhale, airplane your arms first, and then ground your back foot flat. So we'll take the load off of the hips, and then ground the back foot, and hold here. Keep the legs nice and low. We'll find traditional warrior 1. Stay here for an inhale, and then exhale to warrior 2. Open up to the left side of the room. You can make any adjustments with the back foot if you need to. Tailbone scoops under a little bit more here. Sides of the waist are lengthening, but the hips are still sinking. This is going to be your choice for reverse. So reverse triangle or reverse warrior. So either front knee is bent or straight, but you reverse the upper body nonetheless. So left hand slides down, back leg, right arm reaches up. And you decide if you want to bend in the front knee or you want to keep it straight. Stay here for an inhalation. We go right to wide-legged fold on your exhale. Anything you want to take care. If you want to get upside down, if you want to take a shoulder bind, if you want to reach for the ankles. Good. Nice. We'll square forward to runner's lunge. Left hand down, right arm up, and we'll finish with a twist. And I'll give you an additional option here if you want more of that like crooked lizard type posture that we did earlier. You can roll to the blades of both feet. So both feet will point towards the stereo wall. Right arm can stay reaching up, and the hips can stay lifting here as well. For 1 more breath in. Exhale, vinyasa or down dog to finish off. So we'll start this series with the 3-legged dog. Left leg reaches up high. We'll do all that on the other side. Left knee to the left arm. Try to get up nice and high if you can, so it's a wide core plank. Three-legged dog on your inhale, and then exhale, knee to nose and hold. Step softly, left foot between the hands. You can drop the back knee right away, and then reach your arms up for low crescent or crescent B or modified crescent. So this time your right hip tugs forward and your left hip draws back, and then you let both hips sink down. Tuck your back toes under and breathe in. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart and hover your back knee. So this is our hovering crescent position. Hands will be at the heart every time we're in hovering crescent. For traditional crescent, arms reach up, back leg can extend. Stay here and breathe in. On your exhale, airplane your arms first and then ground your back foot flat. So we take that weight off the hips, much easier to ground the back foot. Traditional warrior one. Stay here and breathe in. Settle into warrior two on your exhalation. So the hips do change a lot here. They're a lot more open to the right side. Your choice for reverse, bent or straight front knee. Stay here for an inhalation. We'll go wide-legged fold on your exhalation. You got some time here, any variation you want to take. All right, let's square forward to runner's lunge. Right hand down, left arm up, finishing off with a revolved crescent. And then once you're there, if you want to add on that variation, this time you plant the right palm and you spiral onto the blades of the feet, and then they face towards the window wall. Both feet go the same direction. When we flow, you'll have like an extra half breath here to add on that variation if you want to take it. Last breath in as you are. Vinyasa or down dog. All right, that's our flow. We'll flow through it 2 times through. Still at a slower pace, but just quicker than what we're doing right now. Let's take 2 breaths here. Last one. We'll start with that right leg, 3-legged dog on your inhalation. Sweep it high. Wide core plank on your exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Reach it up high. Exhale, step it all the way through, runner's lunge. Drop your back knee, keep your back toes tucked, and reach your arms up on your inhale. On your exhale, hovering crescent, hands to heart, hover the back knee. Inhale, traditional crescent, reach up. Exhale, airplane first, and then ground your back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior two, breathe in. Wide-legged fold on your exhalation. Square forward, runner's lunge on your inhale, lengthen the spine. And then twist left arm down, right arm up on your exhale. Stay here on your inhale or roll to the blades of the feet. And then your exit, vinyasa or down dog. Down dog will be on your exhalation. We'll inhale the left leg high. Exhale, wide core plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale through center, step it through lightly. Drop your back knee, reach your arms up, breathe in. Exhale, hovering crescent, hands to heart, hover your back knee. And then inhale, traditional crescent, reach up, extend the back leg. Airplane your arms first on your exhale and then ground your back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse, your choice, breathe in. Wide-legged fold on an exhale. Runner's lunge, square forward and breathe in. And then exhale to twist, right hand down, left arm up. Stay or play on your inhale. You can roll to the blades of the feet. And then vinyasa or down dog. Let's take downward facing dog for 2 breaths. We'll flow through that sequence one more time. Then we'll get a nice break. All right, let's move. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale it wide, core plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale through center and step it through. Drop your back knee and reach up on your inhale. Hovering crescent, hands to heart, hover the back knee and exhale. Inhale, traditional crescent, all the way up, good. Exhale, airplane, and then ground your back foot flat. Then inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Reverse, your choice, breathe in. Wide-legged fold, and exhale. Runner's lunge, square forward on your inhale, left hand down, right arm up and twist on your exhale. Stay or play with your variation on your breath in, and your exit, vinyasa or down dog, or anything else that serves you. Down dog will be on your exhale. We'll go right to the left side. Inhale the left leg. Exhale it wide, core plank. Inhale, 3-legged dog. And exhale, step it through lightly. Drop your back knee, reach your arms up, and inhale. Exhale, hovering crescent, hands to heart, hover the back knee, perfect. Inhale, traditional crescent, like you kind of spring up here. Exhale, airplane, ground your back foot. Inhale, warrior 1, back foot is flat. And exhale, warrior 2. Reverse and breathe in, your choice. Wide-legged fold and exhale. Square forward and breathe in. Right hand down, left arm up and twist on your exhale. Stay or play with your variation. And vinyasa or down dog. Great job, everybody. All right, we've got a quick break in child's pose. You can drop down to your knees. If you want to take a different variation or a different posture, you can do that as well. Good.
Aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good soul out of you. Time is ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue. Aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Got about 5 more breaths here.
I think you should. I'd be glad to meet me. If I were you, aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good soul out of you. Time is ticking slow. Yes, you're overdue. Aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I mean, I really think you should, yeah.
Whenever you're ready, you can find downward dog. Let's walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. We'll start this series at the top. Halfway lift on your inhalation. Exhale and fold. On your inhale, reverse swan dive and rise and reach all the way up. And then on your exhale, you can bring your hands to your heart and your feet together. We'll stand on the right leg, bring your left knee in towards your chest, and then cross your left ankle on the right thigh for standing figure 4. Keep your knees pushing back so it feels more like you're sitting back instead of like down. Like there really is a chair behind you that you're sitting into. Keep your hands at your heart to transition. We're moving to chair pose, so path of least resistance is left ankle will slide forward and then come to the ground. Try to keep the depth in the right knee. Once you're there, if you want to reach the arms up, you can change it up. Stay here and inhale. Prayer twist to the right on your exhale. Never have to wait for permission from me if you want to add something on or take a different pose. Wherever you are, you got one more breath. You can stay longer if you're playing as always. On your next exhale, you can fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. On the exhale, plant the palms, bring the knees to the ground. We're just using this tabletop as a transition. You can sit to your heels. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Taking a side stretch to the right. Left arm up and over. You can keep your bum on your heels. Keep the arms like this as you come back up. Right hand either to your low back or your heel for half camel. Stay here for your inhale, and then exhale to child's pose. Walk your hands to the right. We're just countering our back bend with a fold, adding on a side stretch just to change it up. Walk the hands back through center. We'll pull forward to tabletop and open up to the left for a modified side plank. So this was really just a side bend, making a rainbow with the body. If you have any issues with the right shoulder or wrist, you'll probably want to skip this next posture and just stay here. Moving into your fallen triangle, right foot kickstands out to the left. So not a whole lot changes here. It's really just that right leg that adjusts. Push the floor down to lift the hips higher. Our next pose is core plank twist. So left hand comes down, right knee goes to the outside of the left arm up as high as you can. So it's just like a regular core plank, but with a twist. Might have to adjust that back foot. We want to be back high on the toes. Center the right knee. Step the foot between the hands, runner's lunge. We're going half crescent. Reach the arms forward. Inhale like this. On your exhale, prayer twist to the right. Hands through heart center. It's a gentle connection from elbow to thigh. So it's there so you can really like twist deeper and use it as leverage, but never an opportunity to like collapse into it. We'll keep the twist, spread the arms, and come all the way up. So now you're in a crescent twist facing the right side of the room. Palms are open. Perfect. Breathe in. On your exhale, bring your hands to your heart and untwist. And then we'll slowly lower the back knee all the way to the ground. For our back bend, you have a couple options. Hands can go to low back. You can take a bind, or you can chase your back heel with the left foot. Be here for one more breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. Pyramid pose, left foot pops forward. It's also a nice way to counter that back bend with a little fold. If you prefer a wider stance, you can wiggle the feet further apart, or a more narrow stance, you can wiggle them closer together. I like this transition a lot that's coming up because you don't need any momentum to get there. So if we're going warrior 3, first set up your upper body. So whatever you want to take with the arms. I love hands to heart, especially when I'm transitioning. Roll over the toes of the left foot and fly. So if you can, no momentum, all muscle. Once you get there, left hip tugs down more than you think it has to help avoid any twisting in the upper body. And then spine is straight, so you can bend the standing leg a lot or a little to get there. For a half moon, right hand to a block or the floor, left arm reaches up. You can also just hover the right hand as well. We're at the final stretch of this sequence on this side. Revolved half moon. So complete opposite here. Now left hand goes down, right arm goes up. And your pelvis squares back off. So your lower body is essentially in warrior 3. Anywhere with the right arm, if you need to rest it to your lower back or take a half bind. Okay, keep your twist just like this. We're landing to revolved pyramid. So left foot goes back where it was right before we jumped into our standing balances. So we're still in pyramid now with the low body, and then upper body's in the twist now. And anywhere you need to go with that top arm. This is your final pose of this sequence on this side. All right, right hand to the ground. Take a step forward so you're at the top of your mat. Big breath into halfway lift. Exhale and fold. This time halfway lift, breathe in. Vinyasa or down dog. Couple breaths here in downward facing dog. We'll do all that on the other side. Take a look forward, make your way to the top. Half lift and breathe in. Exhale and fold. Rise up, reach up, extended mountain, breathe in. Exhale, hands to your heart, and then you can bring your feet together. Standing on the left, right knee to your chest for standing figure 4. Cross the right ankle on the left thigh. Stay low for chair pose, so right ankle slides forward and then to the floor. Good. Keep the depth in the left leg. Once you're there, if you want to change up the arms, you can do so. Arms up is usually the hardest variation. Adding on those shoulders. Breathe in. We'll prayer twist to the left on your exhale. Keep your knees glued together. So right knee will try to pop forward here. Give it a big tug back. Adding on anything you'd like here. Stay here and breathe in, and then we'll forward fold on your exhale. Halfway lift and inhalation. Exhale to your tabletop, using this as our transition. Sit on your heels, and then you can roll up. Good. So we're taking a side stretch to the left, so right arm goes up and over. Good. Left hand can be on the ground. You can also keep it at your hip. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Keep the arms just like this as you come back up. And then we'll take our half camel. So left hand can either go to your low back or to your heel as you lift up and back. So obviously heel's a little bit harder. Maybe you want to start with the low back and then see if you can add on. Last breath in here. Child's pose on the exhalation to counter your back bend. Walk your hands to the left. Through center once more. Pull yourself forward to your tabletop position. And we open up to the right side for modified side plank. So this is really just a side bend. And And then get stronger through the left hand. If this option is available, you can take your fallen triangle. For core plank twist, right hand comes down, left knee kind of basically just stays where it is as you bend the knee and lift the leg. And then you'll have to adjust that back foot so you're high on the toes again. Good. Now center the left knee, step it through softly. Half crescent. Just reach halfway up, reach the arms forward. And at any time you can always drop your back knee as well. Inhale like this. Exhale to prayer twist to the left. Hands through heart center, right elbow hooks to the outside of the left thigh. You'll stay in your twist and start to expand your arms, and then you can come all the way up. So as you untwist, you can bring your hands to your heart and then slowly drop your back knee and take your back bend. Hands to your low back, or take a bind, or you can chase your back heel with the right hand. Breathe in, hands to the mat, and exhale. And then set up for pyramid and lengthen the spine on your inhale. Half step forward, good. And then fold pyramid on your exhale. Countering our back bend, getting into the hamstrings. Right hip draws forward, left hip draws back. Back foot can be open or facing forward. For our warrior 3 transition, find your upper body first. So you can lift up halfway and then roll over the toes of the right foot and fly. You can also just take standing L as well. Half moon, right hand down, left hand down, right arm up. And revolve a right hand down, left arm sweeps the sky now. So you'll keep your twist just like this, land your right foot softly back to pyramid legs. If you can maintain that twist the whole time, that's great. And then we'll finish off here with pyramid, your revolved pyramid. You can also use a block under the right hand as well. Last breath in. Center pyramid on your exhale. Take a step forward so you're at the top of your mat on your inhale. Forward fold, peer it out, and exhale. This time halfway lift, breathe in. And your final vinyasa, unless you choose to add any later. Let's go right side pigeon. Right foot slides forward. So less about how high you go with the right heel and more about squaring the hips forward. So you want to tug the right hip back, left hip forward. And then if you slide your back knee further back, feel like you're moving both hips with you rather than just the left one. You got some time here. I traditionally do a pretty long pigeon. 5 to 6 more breaths. Slow, deep breaths. Switch sides when you're ready. If you need to shake out the right leg, do anything in between, feel free. This time your left hip goes back, right hip tugs forward, and then you feel like you're moving both hips back if you slide the back knee any further back. Almost done, down to that like 5 or 6 breaths left.
I've been cut in half, love, since you left. I've been drinking double to forget. You always said that I'm a piece of shit on the whiskey. Heavy is the head full of regrets. Love you like a morning cigarette. You've been going crazy with your friends. Do you miss me? I've been selfish, dumb and reckless, pulling you apart.
Last downward dog.
You're so precious. I don't deserve the beauty in your heart. So put me down just for now. Goodbye.
We're pretty warmed up for camel because we did lots of back bends and we did the half camels as well. So that'll be our back bend for today. So you can drop down to your knees, come up to a half standing position to start. So you got lots of options with the arms, you know what to do. And then from here on your inhalation, lift your heart up and back. We always want to get into our back bends and our inhale. So you're like expanding the torso. We'll be here for about 5 breaths, 5 slow breaths. We're gonna do one big set instead of a few small ones. Good, really make it count. Press the hips forward, lift the chest a little higher. Nice, great job guys. These look great.
I've been selfish, dumb and reckless, pulling.
Okay, we'll stay here for one more breath in.
You're so precious.
As you exhale, start to neutralize your spine and you can fold to a child's pose just to counter the back bend with a fold.
So put me down just for now. Goodbye.
You can roll up to your heels, sit to one side, extend your legs out in front of you. We'll come all the way down to our backs. So do a little reclined twist. Let's cross your left thigh on top of your right thigh. And then let your legs fall to the left and look to the right.
I've been
Good. I like this variation because the left leg kind of acts like an assist. So it's left thigh on top of the right thigh, and then legs go to the left. I know it's a little counterproductive there. Switch sides. Come back through center. So finishing postures here. I'm going to instruct reclined butterfly, so soles of the feet together, knees wide as your final posture, but you got a little bit of time here. If there's something else you still need to take, feel free to have a little freedom. Take what you need. When you're ready from here, you can go final Shavasana, extending your legs long, your arms long, closing your eyes, arms by your sides with your palms up so you're open to receive. And feel the heaviness of the body, but the lightness of the heart. Eyes are closed and peace is available. Final Shavasana, I'll bring you back when it's time.
this my excavation too? Days cool. Everything that happens is from now. This is pouring rain. This is paradise.